Water, it's the only natural resource man cannot live without. For factories, whether converting water into steam to produce power or kill germs, or using it for cooling, diluting, or washing, water plays a critical role and is irreplaceable. However, when used in the operation of machinery, and when the internal temperature and concentration of the machinery rises and brings about changes in the particles floating in the water, scales and corrosion within the machinery result. Industries of old encountered great difficulties trying to solve this problem, with most using chemicals to deal with it. Even today, using chemicals can only slow down the production of scales and corrosion and cannot prevent their occurrence. In addition, chemicals waste a great deal of both manpower and money and pollute our precious water resources. Results of the evaluation of the power magnet's capabilities as reported by the China Technical Consultants Incorporated, the Foundation Center for the Prevention of Industrial Pollution. The problems of scales and corrosion in boiler and air conditioning systems have always plagued the world of industry. In the past, chemical additives were generally used, along with pickling, but this produced secondary pollution itself. Therefore, if we are able to adopt water magnetization methods, this secondary pollution will not occur. In addition, the amount of both manpower and chemicals will be reduced, and the lifespan of the equipment will be extended. There are currently over 10 kinds of magnetic power scalers on the market, but most are not able to completely magnetize the large amounts of water used by industry. In 2001, the CTCI Foundation conducted evaluations on the capabilities of the power magnet products and proved that these products have the ability to completely magnetize the large amounts of water used by industry, as well as possess the characteristics of practicality and safety. The advanced countries of Europe, America, and Japan verified 10 years ago that water magnetization is able to truly solve the problems of scale and corrosion in boiler pipe walls. However, there are many types of magnetization technology. Some types are not effective and even produce other side effects. Therefore, when applying this technology, we need to choose safe and reliable methods. The magnetic power scalers currently on the market can be divided into three types according to the mode used: electromagnetic, static electricity magnet, and permanent magnet. They can be further divided by their installation method: internal, pipe connection, and external clipping. The internal and pipe connection methods require detachment of the piping for installation, causing pressure damage and leaking. In addition, these methods cause significant difficulties during maintenance. The power magnet, however, uses the external clipping method, so no difficulties will arise when carrying out maintenance procedures. The main reason the external clipping method for the magnetic power scalers is so effective is due to its magnetically conducive pipe. For example, steel, galvanized pipe, and iron pipes can penetrate magnetic fields through strong magnetic power. They also allow the fluid to cut perpendicularly, creating a Faraday magnetic field. Only in this way can the magnetized effects of water be effectively developed. Therefore, if materials such as rustless steel pipes, plastic pipes, or copper pipes are used instead of a magnetically conducive pipe, the full effects of magnetized water will not be developed. The thickness of water pipes currently used by industry is roughly 4 millimeters to 10 millimeters. Due to this, if the magnetic force is not able to penetrate the magnetically conducive pipe, it'll not be able to develop its capabilities. Only externally clipping magnetic power scalars with electromagnets or permanent magnets are able to possess this kind of penetrating power. Although the electromagnetic iron variety can penetrate a 10 millimeter magnetically conducive pipe, it has many drawbacks, such as high manufacturing costs, limited lifespan, and continuous power consumption, as well as producing electrical leakages, the dangers of electric shock and possible malfunctioning. Because of this, electromagnetic iron varieties must be inspected on a daily basis. The penetrating magnetic force of the permanent magnet variety must exceed 300 Gauss. Of course, the stronger the penetrating force, the better the results, and the longer the magnetism of the water will last. After many years of tests and evaluations by the China Technical Consultants Incorporated Foundation, only Power Magnet currently has the merits mentioned above. Power Magnet adopts an external installation method that does not necessitate turning off the system, directly fastening itself via suction to the exterior pipeline wall. There's no need for additional power sources or any tools. The installation process can therefore be called simple and convenient, only needing to choose the appropriate power magnet model according to the diameter of the pipe. Power Magnet similarly uses the fuel line to produce a super strong magnetic field. Using the fuel passing through the magnetic field, Power Magnet causes the fuel to atomize after ionization, strengthening the interactions between the hydrocarbon molecules and oxygen. Simply put, after being magnetized, the ions that have bonded together into groups completely separate and rearrange, simultaneously achieving both complete combustion and the release of large amounts of energy. This reduces the amount of exhaust fumes, increases horsepower, and extends the lifespan of the engine and related components. Our company uses Power Magnet on the water cooling system. Before we installed the Power Magnet system, we had to conduct pickling maybe 2 or 3 times a year. This is because the cooling system's water pipes would get blocked up due to scale buildup. From the time we installed the Power Magnet system in March of last year, straight to December, we didn't have to perform any pickling. These are incredibly good results. I've handled equipment repairs and the operation and maintenance of all onboard machinery for over 20 years. In all my experience, I put quite a lot of thought into ways of preventing scaling and corrosion in boilers and the water pipes in refrigeration equipment. I once by chance saw a report by China Technical Consultants Incorporated talking about a kind of device that they had that could prevent scaling and corrosion from occurring in boilers. Because the monthly published by CTCI is a technology publication, I took the initiative to call them to inquire about the principles behind this kind of equipment and how it came into being. We began installing Power Magnet on our boiler September 12, 2001. Before installation, we shut down the boilers and opened the manholes to take some pictures for evidence. The boiler condition at that time was not good, and there was some corrosion. After installation September 12th, we discovered by the end of September that the boiler was bit by bit discharging dissolved scales and corrosion impurities, the water being discharged with milky white. When we shut off the boilers and opened the manhole covers October 10th to check again, we found the situation had already clearly improved. In addition, we also continued to monitor the discharged water. Previously, when we used chemicals, particulates in the boiler discharge water were at about 1,000 parts per million. After using Power Magnet, the amount of particulates reached roughly 3,000 parts per million. We also noticed in October that the discharge water had slowly changed to a dark red color, as a lot of rust residue was being expelled. Apparently, a large amount of the scales and the piping had been stripped off and expelled through the discharge pipe. At the same time, our automatic discharge caused the pipe to block up from the scales that were stripped off, as it is only a 6-centimeter pipe. We therefore had to discharge it by hand. In the middle of November, we opened up the boiler again, took more pictures for evidence and examination purposes, and found huge improvements. By this time, Power Magnet had already won our complete confidence. New boilers already have serious rust before installing Power Magnet. After using Power Magnet for 130 days, corrosion improves even before cleaning with only a little rust remaining. At this time, there is already clear improvement of corrosion after washing. Pipe walls already start to display a protective Fe3O4 membrane. After using Power Magnet for 227 days, corrosion is completely removed before washing. At this time, the protective Fe3O4 membrane on the pipe walls can be clearly seen after washing. After factories removed Power Magnet and switched to using chemicals for 50 days, scales and slight corrosion could already be clearly seen. Because the factories discovered that there was already scaling and corrosion occurring, they increased the amount of chemicals used. After 110 days, there was no improvement in the scales or corrosion situation and was in fact even worse. For magnetization equipment, Power Magnet is certainly efficient in preventing equipment and devices from scales and rusting. In addition, Power Magnet is a green product protecting the environment. Magnetization technology has tended to grow and advance. Regarding the aspects of environmental protection and saving energy, I strongly recommend industries take advantage of Power Magnet to solve environmental problems. At the same time, Power Magnet promotes industrial competitiveness. Power Magnet is a permanent magnetic device developed by Taiwanese manufacturers dealing with problems in a physical manner rather than chemically. With its numerous advantages, Power Magnet was patented in Taiwan, Japan, and mainland China within 6 months. In 2001, Power Magnet also received patents in the United States and South Africa. Currently, Power Magnet is in the application process in more than 20 countries. Power Magnet applications include: first, heating systems such as boilers, hot water pipes, projecting formation systems, heat exchangers, and steam equipment. Second, refrigeration systems such as cooling chillers, circulatory cooling pipes, cooling towers, and bleeding pipes. Third, water cleaning systems such as for waterworks, man-made lakes, aquaculture industry, and swimming pools. Fourth, combustion systems such as heavy oil engines, automobiles, trucks, buses, ships, and any other oil-consuming equipment. Power Magnet, the 21st century pioneer in environmental protection.